I'm Ty Steele.
I'm Kimberly Gill. Those allegations are now at the center of a lawsuit claiming the company's vice president went on an hour-long tirade attacking the company's products and employees before taking aim at its customers.
And the former employee recorded it all. Eric Erickson shares that recording and what the company is saying about it.
We have shit for poor people. Who buys our shit?
And that's just part of an over an hour-long rant, says former security analyst for Campbell's, Robert Garza of Monroe.
I don't buy Campbell's products barely anymore. It's so healthy. Now that I know what the in it, even in a can of soup, I look at me, bioengineered meat. I don't want to eat a piece of chicken that came from a 3D printer. You?
The recording allegedly of Campbell's VP and Chief Information Security Officer Martin Bally.
He has no filter.
Bally, along with another supervisor and Campbell Soup Company, named in a lawsuit filed Thursday. The suit claiming Bally made racist remarks, admits to coming to work high, and Garza fired for coming forward.
What do you think about the things that he was saying?
Oh, just pure disgust.
Garza says he usually worked remotely for Campbell's headquarters, based in Camden, New Jersey. But thinking he'd be discussing his salary with Bally, he says the recording taken in person at a restaurant.
They couldn't think for the I'm like, you dumb
Garza says he felt sick after the rant, deciding to go to his direct supervisor in January, keeping the recordings to himself.
He had never had any disciplinary action. They had never written him up for poor work performance.
Garza says no one at Campbell's ever followed up, and it's taken him 10 months to find a new job, calling the way the canned soup company handled it simply terrible.
They have a motto, like we treat you like family, here at Campbell's, come work for us, we treat our employees like family. That's not the case.
We did just receive a statement from Campbell's that says, quote, if accurate, the comments in the recording are unacceptable. They do not reflect our values and the culture of our company. We are actively investigating this matter.
But is it true? Are they feeding us bioengineered slop? Is this man actually a hero? They don't want to frame it. You see how they framed it? He's a racist and he comes to work stoned every day and but they never actually said what he said was untrue. Maybe he's actually a based whistleblower and he's sick and tired of it. I don't want to eat bioengineered slop. I don't want to eat 3D printed chicken. Maybe he's actually a hero, the hero we don't deserve. That's one way to look at it. Is he wrong though? Exactly. They didn't dispute anything he said. They didn't say what he said was unequivocally false. They just said, look, that guy's not a nice guy. He doesn't have a filter. He's racist, sexist, homophobic. He's a deplorable. Get rid of him. But wait. What am I eating? What's in my soup? I like Campbell's too. Shit. Throw him in the Maha team. F it. Yeah, why not? Supervisors. That's good. That is good. I have a bunch of cans of Campbell's soup. We'll take them off my hands. I'll take them. Screw it. I already have plastic in my balls. I have plastic in my brain. I'm becoming a technoplastic being. As time progresses, every stream I come on here, I'm more and more plastic. I'm more and more bioengineered. Sludge. The sludge coming out of the soup. Americans are fed poisonous garbage. There was something about, I'm trying to remember. There was a text I read a while ago about controlling food. What was that? Where was that? It has been long recognized, however, that there is a very fundamental difference in patterns of behavior in response to similar external circumstances by various human beings of the same sex, and an even more marked difference of response between members of the opposite sexes. Even Shakespeare recognized this difference, as shown by the remark of Julius Caesar. Quote, let me have men about me that are fat, sleek-headed men, and such as sleep of nights. Yon Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous. It is a matter of commonplace observation that fat men are likely to be jolly and good-natured, whereas the lean and hungry type are more likely to be caustic, nervous, jittery, and as Shakespeare expressed, dangerous. It is only recently, however, that the physiological knowledge has advanced to the point where it is now known that being fat and jolly or lean and dangerous is almost exclusively a matter of difference in internal secretions of the endocrine glands of the body. If a certain combination of secretions from these various glands takes place, a person becomes fat and jolly. If a certain other combination of secretions occurs, the person becomes lean and has a pattern of behavior of the type that is more commonly observed in lean people. So even here in the technocracy study course in 1938, they're talking about altering our glands. He said direct stimuli to what we eat. And then we want to sedate people and make them more fat and jolly, because thin people are more caustic and jittery. You don't want to have that crackhead energy unless we want you to have that crackhead energy, right? Unless we want you on that George Floyd energy. Farmers have long known that castration of male farm animals produces a marked physiological change, as well as a change in the mode of behavior. Transgenderism, hello? A bull, for instance, has a deep-throated bellow, is squarely built, is stubborn to the extreme, and is inclined to be quite dangerous. Castration changes this almost immediately. The castrated animal becomes docile and easily manageable. He also loses all interest in the opposite sex. He loses his square-built shape and tends to become taller and more rotund. Similar changes are noticed in the males of other species. It follows, therefore, that some very potent secretions must be present in the non-castrated males, which is no longer present after castration. This secretion has been called the male hormone. Yikes, dude. You guys need to check this out and read this. At least parts of it, because some of the shit is just like, this is like mad scientist shit. And this was part of the organization that Elon Musk's grandfather was a part of. They're basically talking about direct control over our biological functions. We talked about changing images of man a little bit ago, and the images that are presented to us at a given time, then it kind of guide us to the next part of our social evolution, if you will. And I wonder how much of these things are in tandem, right? They might be feeding us bullshit that lowers testosterone in men, which we can see. It's observable. People have done tests on this. Sperm count, testosterone's way lower in men, in the West particularly. And then you're also coupling that with an image of man that's androgynous. It's Jaguar's latest advertisement, right? And you're trying to push people not only their glands and their biological systems, but also how they can attach to something, what kind of archetype they should attach themselves to. And we will eventually push past the genders into a genderless society, into a society where men aren't stubborn and bullheaded and they just accept their fate. Look up estrogen levels in city water due to birth control usage. Yeah, I've seen that. That's why I have a good filter on my water. No fluoride, no birth control. That's probably why I have this channel and I hate these people. I'm just too stubborn. They're like, we gotta get in this guy's house and inject him with estrogen. We got to calm him down, give him SSRIs, give him marijuana.